we have a sociopath essentially on the loose, and it's our duty to not only uh, arrest him, but also to break him in a sense. He's played by Pablo Schreiber, who's uh, fantastic. He's really embodying the character, and at times I want to fly over the table and beat him with a chair, but uh, that's a good thing. And so it's a very psychological episode. Uh, I think a lot of the times for the detectives, it's a very frustrating episode because something that seems like we should be able to figure out just seems to continue to be out of reach until the very end, and then there might be a surprise at the end. William Lewis is a sociopath, essentially. Um, he he's somebody who has no empathy, somebody who lies very easily. He's very deceptive. Somebody who, when you're sitting across from in an interrogation, you're looking for tells, you're looking for clues as to what he really knows versus what he's saying, and that's always interesting for me to play, and I know it's interesting as an actor for Pablo to be able to embody, and he's, like I said, doing a great job with it. You see Amaro with both of his kids for the first time, and so that's big that he is trying to keep things together, and I think he's starting to feel like he is more put together than in the past episodes where he was unraveling. Um, in this episode, I feel like Amaro is very much more attuned to Benson. She seems to be taking the case much more personally, and sometimes I feel almost voyeuristic in some of the scenes where I'm watching from afar and seeing how things are working out, and I might have a different perspective on the scene or the case or the interview. But yeah, Amaro definitely seems like an observer in this episode. Lauren and I, we actually just shot a scene this morning, and she plays an attorney, Pablo's attorney, and it's an interesting journey for Lauren's character. She plays an attorney who becomes manipulated by this guy, and she may be compromised because of it. So, Lauren and Pablo and the incredible guest stars that we get on the show week in and week out, I mean, it's like opening a Christmas present. Every time we get an episode and you look to see what the guest cast looks like, you always look forward to it. And certainly they match the expectations for this episode. Raul Esparza, he's a fast-talking, very witty, incredibly sharp attorney. He's their DA, and he's about as ballsy with the law as we are with carrying it out. And so I think it's a nice match. It's a nice fit. Amaro and Barba don't always see eye to eye. I think that's largely because Amaro doesn't like being told what to do. He probably has a thing about authority, and so he doesn't really get along with Barba. They're not buddies, but I think he respects him, and he respects what he does. As far as Raul and I being two Cubans, we were just shy of singing Guantanamera together every single time we see each other, but we both grew up in Miami, and we found that we have a lot of the same friends or relatives that know each other and whatnot. So there's lots of points of interest that we share. So it's always fantastic to see Raul and to be on set with him. The final scene of this finale is just about as dramatic as I think any true SVU fan, SVU diehard, it's about as dramatic as they can stand it. I think given what we know about the character, the sociopath, in this episode and where it ends, the stakes couldn't be any higher.